My mind went from this to this. Whichever billion gang is Divine and this is Wendy. I know you might be asking, Divine, isn't this video about journaling? And yes, it's about journaling. Let me explain. A lot of you might not know this, but after high school, I started my fashion journey, sewing journey. I followed Wendy on YouTube with Wendy on YouTube. She's a thrift sew project YouTuber. So I was like, yay me! In London, Tifton's voice. Yay me! And I really like her content. She made me love sewing, even though I did not like sewing. So you remember Wendy, right? On her channel, she sometimes used to post about bullet journaling. And that time I really did not really know about bullet journaling until lockdown happened. In 2020, we had to stay at home because of, yeah, the pandemic. And that, yes, that's when I started journaling. My first journal was a 60 leaf notebook. You know the 60 leaf notebook? That was my first journal. Start with what you can afford. You don't have to get the most expensive journal to journal. While I was doing research for my journal business, I saw a journal that was priced at 50k naira. Like 50k to dollars is like chicken change ish to some people. But regardless, you don't need an expensive notebook to start journaling. You just need to start journaling. For me, when I started with a 60 leaf notebook and a big pen, just a regular black pen. I prefer writing in black. I know. Yeah, I prefer writing in black. Then later on, I spiced things up by getting color pencils. I never get the color pencils. Somebody gave me the color pencils, so I started coloring. And with time, started adding other things. So just start with something that you are accessible to, something that is accessible to you. I know that the most costly journal that I sell is 40,000 naira. I will explain why it is that expensive as we go forward. Regardless of cost, I have other affordable journals that you can just use to start journaling. Just make sure you start. Since you're a beginner, get a smaller journal first. So when you start journaling, a very, very huge mistake people make is set goals that are bigger than themselves. Truth is that you have to use your faith, but you also have to be realistic. I would advise you to get a very small journal if you start journaling. You can get the regular A5 size notebook, or you can get the small A6 notebook. So you can start journaling with just a one line entry to describe your day, or with prompts, which I have. I always give monthly prompts on my Instagram or TikTok page, so you can check us out, using us as far check us out on Instagram or TikTok, and you will see those daily prompts to help you journal every day for every month. Have a monthly prompt, and make sure you start with a small journal, because if you start with a big journal, you'll be calculating how you're going to fill it up. When you've never started anything, because of that, you just procrastinate and you don't do it at all. I'm telling you, you just need to start. When I started journaling, of course, I used the A5 size. I was not journaling every day. I didn't even have prompts. I was journaling when I felt like it was lockdown. We're at home. I would journal by daily, not by weekly, like every 2 to 3 days. I would journal. It became a habit for me, so I took it up from lockdown. Just journal almost every day, because sometimes I could journal the next day. Because of, even if I miss a day, I have my prompts to fill in for that day. So get prompts and start with a small journal. Journaling can be therapeutic, but it can become exhausting if you don't start inducing fillers once in a while. Try using fillers. There are different things you could also use to fill up your journal to also note a memory. Things like trash, daily trash you eat, like stamps, pictures, paintings, drawing. If you can draw a particular page in your journal. You can doodle. You can use your highlighter or color pencil. You can get scraps from vintage newspapers or magazines. Up to you. Your options are endless. This is one tip I do, if you are still watching this video, this is one tip I want you to not mess with. Like, you should maximize this tip out of everything I'm saying in this video. Make sure that if there's anything that you must do this one. You try using fillers because fillers will help you express yourself and it's very therapeutic. And because of that, you will not procrastinate journaling because of you have fillers by the time you're opening up your journal. It's not just plain writing. If you like plain writing, that's cool. I also write plain. But fillers also inspire you and motivate you to journal more because you see your previous entries and you're like, this is beautiful, this is beautiful. You can always get inspired by following different pages on TikTok or Instagram or even YouTube, on Pinterest. And Pinterest is the best application when it comes to journaling. If you want to journal, instead of opening scrolling apps like, I'm not telling that you don't scroll on Pinterest, but instead of opening scrolling short form apps like Instagram and TikTok, open Pinterest, search for journal spread inspos, and you get inspired to journal. Doesn't always have to be difficult. You can always print things or copy things. Just make sure that you make it a habit. Since you are writing, pick a character you are writing to. Who exactly is going to be reading that particular entry? While I was researching for this video, I wanted to make sure that I gave out tips that people were not sharing. Yeah, you need to pick a character. Who are you writing to and who is writing? So those are two people. So person writing and the person is writing to. You are making an entry to my younger self. I, my present self, is writing to my younger self. I, my present self, is writing to my daughter in future, or my son or my child, or my father in the present to them in the future. Or I'm writing to God. I myself, my present self, could be writing to God. So I'm journaling my thoughts and writing to God, Jesus. Pick the character you are writing to. Make sure you always pick the character you are writing to. Your present self is writing to different characters. So pick the character you're writing to in your prompts. Expand your imagination. It's also going to help you to write more. Yeah, write more. Instead of thinking of how many things you have to tick in your journal, getting overwhelmed by the different methods that YouTubers give you, get structured to your own life. I know that I should have kept this as number one, but I kept this here for a reason because I know that if you made it here, you're serious about journaling. So it is your what, where, and how. So we'll start with how. So, how do you want to start journaling? Do you want to start journaling on digital or hard copy? I will always recommend hard copy over digital. But if you use digital, no problem. You don't have to rack yourself because most of the times, if you take a lot of photos, it's going to be on your digital device. Either ways, you can always have cloud, so it's even easier for you. So both of them have their pros and cons. But I will always personally recommend hard copy because it's just something about getting a hard copy notebook that is different from having a digital iPad or phone. There's digital, know what you suits your life. If it doesn't work with your life to have a hard copy, you can always go digital. So now that you know how you want to start journaling, the next thing is your where. Where do you want to be journaling? Where do you want to become like a habitat for you where you journal? So is it your room? Is it at the dining table? Is it on your transit to school or to work? Where you want to journal? Where exactly? So when you know where, then you know when and what time. So if you're transiting to work, you know it's from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. I transit to work. So I will journal from this time to this time. If it's in the morning, if it goes to your morning routine, you know you wake up from this time to this time, and this time to this time, you are going to journal. If it is with breakfast, you know by the time I'm having breakfast, I'm going to journal. Know your how, digital or hard copy, know your when, know your where, wherever you are going to be journaling, it flows with your life and becomes sustainable. Because of you are still watching this video, I want you to comment brain dump. Brain dump. If you made this video, just comment brain dump and tell me what type of journal you use, whether it's a digital or a hard copy journal. I can't wait to see it in the comment section, and I'm so happy because you made this part of this video, and that means a lot for me. Like spending your time to watch my video. Thank you. I really hope it was worth it. So I have a bonus for you, and my bonus tip for you is to make sure that you make your journal attractive. Some people like plain things, some people like flashy things. Whatever you are, whatever your personality is, make your journal attractive to you. Because once it becomes less attractive to you, it is not something that you want to pick. So By the time your journal is attractive, by the time you hold your journal, it's like just feels, even if you just feel like you want to hold your journal, you want to write into your journal because it's attractive. You can design to stickers. Like my journal used to just be a brain dump where I dump everything relating to content creation. That's just what I used to use my journal for back before I started doing like diary thing. So just I just dumped all my ideas. So just make it attractive to you. I know people are giving you different structures or different trackers. I think that's what I'll talk about in next video. I talk about journaling. I'll talk about different things you can put into your journal. But instead of thinking of different things you can put to your journal, just start writing to yourself, to your future, to your children, to God. Start there. Start with all those feelers I told you about, the magazines. Start with all those things before you now think of, "Oh, wait, I have this tracker, I have this tracker." I'll talk more about that, but if you don't stress yourself about trackers, I sell journals and you can check them out on Instagram or TikTok, and I already have all those pages ready for you. But if you just want a plain journal, which I want you to start from, if you are just a beginner, I also have plain journals for you. I hope this inspires you to journal, not just because of everybody's telling you to journal, but because of now you've seen the benefit and the options are endless for you to capture your life, document your life for future purposes. I know you'll come back and thank me later in the future. I think I talked a lot about the different things you can put into your journal in this video. So make sure you check this video out. Don't forget to like this video physically and not just emotionally.